Hi all, this is part 11 in series 4 video, and here we will add the layer in the Lambda function and we will use the Creative Pandas library over there, and same layer we will add to multiple Lambda function. Right. So agenda for discussion for this POC, we need to create the IAM role, create the S3 bucket, and we will create the AWS instance and create a Lambda function using Python, run a default Python code and write a Python code in the Lambda function and create a Lambda layer using Python. So after creating the layer, we will create a Lambda layer in the Lambda function and associate it. So what we will do, we will create a wrapper like a layer and add the wrap the layers to the Lambda function. And this is geogebral component where we can use that wrapper to multiple lambda functions. So test again in the existing function, test the existing function. We need to test it and test it for whether it is working in that, because when we will wrap those things, whether we are inherited those things in lambda function or not, we will test it here. And after testing these things, we will delete the resources, right? So we need to create the role here. We need to create two roles here, one for the EC2 instance and one for the lambda one. And for EC2 instance, we will go and create the pandas library over there, right? So let's start the POC, and I'm logging to the AWS console, and this is IAM role here there. Now we can go and create the role. First, we need to create the EC2 role. And EC2 role, we will use the policy Amazon S3 full access, right? This role, and next one, we can give the S3 admin access, right? Because from the we will associate this role to the EC2 instance, and EC2 instance will uh, uh, creating the zip file for the pandas library to the S3 bucket. It will upload it, right? So for this, we are doing this one, and this is create role is created for EC2 S3 admin access, and next role we need to create for the lambda function. This will use in the lambda use this role for in the lambda function. So just create this lambda. I'm selecting this policy AWS lambda execute, then lambda basic execution role. Then next AWS lambda role, 3 policy, and we will give the role name lambda basic execution, right? So I am giving the name here lambda basic execution with 3 roles, and we are creating the roles. Something is there. I don't know what is this. So it is showing here. Let me do it again. What is this? This is something hang the system. So this is a role we are creating, and just I'm creating the role lambda basic execution, and this role is created, right? So you created 2 roles here. Now we need to go and create the S3 bucket and I'll allow the public access, right? So S3 bucket is there. We don't have any bucket so far. So just creating the bucket, and I'm just blocking all public access from here. And we need to click then here. And after that, we need to go and create the bucket. Now you can see our bucket is created over there. Right, this bucket is created. Now next step, we need to create the AWS instance. So here we will go and create the Ubuntu instance, right? So let me go there, and I am launching one instance, and we need to select the. It's just refreshed. I don't know why. Yeah, it is Ubuntu 18.0.04. I'm selecting it. 22 micro. And here you can see we can select that IAM role which you created for that, right? So if you created S3 admin access, I'm assigning IAM role to here, right? So S3, you can see I have written here, right? And after that, we will go with default one. I'm giving the name any Ubuntu machine. Security group, I'm selecting all open port for the safer side and launch the instance, right? So it will take 1 minute to create the instance. Let me see. You can see it is showing pending status. So let me open that our Git place where we will go and collect it, right? My PEM file path, right? We reach there. And let me check our instance is ready or not. It's still pending. You can see it is running and the status check-in is lesson, but we can go and connect it. Just we are going and connecting it. It is connected and we are in the home path of Ubuntu user, right? So we'll follow. We need to upgrade the first package. Just go and update the packages, right? Now after updating the package, we need to check the Python 3 version. Which version we have, right? You can see we have Python 3.6.9 version, right? It is showing. Now we need to install the Python pip3 package. So just I'm installing this Python pip. It is done, right? I think something is almost there. Yeah, it is installing here. Let me correct this issue also. Okay. Now we will check the pip3 version. And now we can check our what about our instance is ready or not. This instance, you can see it is ready, right? Running and status working, right? So we are installing it. Here we will create a Python package and a library, and we will send that library to the create the zip file, and we'll send it to S3 bucket, right? So it is done, right? So we can see the version. It is showing pip version. It's currently installed, right? So we have done this thing. Now we need to install Python AWS CLI. So AWS CLI actually Ubuntu system, so we don't have. We need to install. If you're taking this Amazon MI, then already install that AWS CLI over there. So first we need to install the zip one because we need to create the zip. So that is done, and after that we need to install that CLI, AWS CLI for that. So it will install the AWS CLI. So our command will run, and after that we will go and create the build directory. First I will run this one. I will show you. It is creating the CLI. Still it is 99% is done. Yeah, you can see AWS CLI. It is already installed, right? So we have done. Let me see ls. This factory not created, and we don't have anything over here. See in this home path. So we will just go and create the directory over there. You can see here. Now it will showing the build, and under build we will get Python live Python 3.site. This package is created, right? This folder is created, right? So after creating that things, we will go install. We install the pandas library in the site package directory, right? So pip3 install panda -t means we are giving the path for that installation over here. So you can see here currently if I'm doing ls, we doesn't have anything in under the site package, right? So we are going to install pandas under this package, right? You can see install. Now let me check it again. What is the site package? You can see it is install pandas, numpy, right? All those packages for that pandas, right? So we have done this thing. Now we need to create the zip file and upload to the S3, right? So we will go to the build path, because you can see build is there. So I'm going there. You can see ls python is there, right? So we will create a zip over here. So we are giving the name of the package.zip. Started creating, and I'm showing you this zip file is created package.zip, right? And upload the package zip to the S3. So what we need to do, AWS S3, because we already AWS CLI is there. Go and directly install on the S3 bucket, right? So you can see before running this command, I will show you S3 bucket, which we have created earlier, right? You can see this is S3 bucket, don't have anything, right? Nothing is there, right? So just run this command and it's showing uploaded, right? So let me go and refresh it. You can see this package.zip is uploaded here, right? 30 MB size from the command prompt AWS. So what we did actually in the AWS instance, we will install. I will tell you again what we did. All kinds of things are here. We install the pip Python pip3 command and install the zip and AWS CLI command over there. We have created one directory, and under directory we have installed the pandas, right? When pandas library is installed over in the site package folder, then we have go and create the zip file. After creating the zip file, we have uploaded the zip file to the S3 bucket. That's it, right? You can see here this package.zip file is here, and we click that. You can see we are getting this URL. Object URL is there, right? Package.zip. So let click and check it. Check it here. What is happening here? It is access denied is coming, right? So now we need to go to the create the Lambda function. Create a Lambda function, but it is URL is not working, then you need to go to the permissions and check the ACLs, right? You can see ACLs, it is not giving the everybody access, public access, right? So I've written somewhere in the document. Let me see whether I missed that. Actually, I have not written here. I missed out, it seems. So, but we need to give the access over there. Let me do it here. I'm doing the editing here. So I'm giving the read access object, and object is here, right? Everyone, authenticated user also, I'm giving access, right? What I am doing access, because we need to open that thing from the local, right? I'm just checking it. Save changes. Right now, I am just going and refresh it again. You can see now I am able to download that packet, right? So I've given the access portion here. Later on, I will add this in slide, right? It is missing over here, right? So now we have done this thing here, right? And after that, we need to create the Lambda function using the Python, right? And now we have the function name is there. Now I will go to the Lambda function, create one function over there. And you can see package deployment, right? In Python, we will use 3.6, right, version. And we will go and select that role which you created earlier, right? Lambda basic HPC, right? So you've selected and we will go and create the functions. Right, we have done this slide also. Now next we run a default Python code. So what we will do, first I will, this is default code is there. I want to show you, first it is running. You can see here, I'm closing. You can see this is default code written here. Hello from Lambda, right? Same code. So we will test this function, right? For test it, you can see we need to write some event name over there. So event name, I'm looking my Lambda. My Lambda, I'm giving the value hello world, right? And create, right? Test is created. You can see here my Lambda. Now just I'm running it. You can see it is running successfully. I will show you the details over there. Log file. Started, ended, and reported, and we are getting this hello from Lambda, right? Response we are getting, right? 200. Hello from Lambda, right? So it is running fine, right? So default code is running, right? Now what we will do, we will add one more line over pandas library into default code. What we will do, import panda as a PD. I'm adding here import panda as a PD, right? And we will add one line for the print, right? Print. Nothing, I am just importing, right? Nothing else, because codes are same. So we have not added anything. I've added only one line, pandas as a PD, right? So when I'm going to deploy, and we will test it again, right? You can see here, test again. it will giving the error unable to import model lambda function, right? You can see here no model name pandas, you can see here. So it means it is not recognized by the lambda function what is the pandas library, right? So what we will do here, we will create a layer like a wrapper for the pandas, and we will add on this function, and then after that we will test the same code whether it is working or not, right? So currently this function doesn't have any information about the pandas, right? So we will go and create the layer and associate that layer to this function, right? I hope it is clear to what we are going to do, right? So it is, I mentioned everything here, unable to import model lambda function, right? We're getting same error, right? Now, after that, we need to create a lambda layer, right? So lambda layer, we can go over there. I will show you this one. You can see package deployment, same thing. I think we have a layer also, we can see. Yeah, you can see layers. And here you can go and create the layers. I'm putting the same name. We don't have any layer created so far, right? So I'm giving the layer in description. If you want to give anything, you can give the same name, right? And also you can see select upload from the Amazon S3, right? So I am selecting this Amazon S3 because if upload from the local system size is 10 MB and our size is 30 MB, right? So we are putting those things on S3, right? So we need to provide the S3 path. So we have already have this package of zip file, right, in the S3. I will show you. See, this is the object URL. So I'm copying this object URL and pasting to the here function, right? And same thing I have written over here. See, right? And runtime, we need to select Python 3.6, right? We are working on the 3.6 is there. And we need to correct created 3.6. Now we need to create this layer. Now this layer is created with this package of S3, like package.zip. We are adding from the S3, right? You can see it is created, right? And we got the version ARN for that, right? Now create a lambda layer in the lambda function associate, right? So how can we do it? So again, I am lambda, right? I am going to the lambda function and I'm opening this lambda function. And you can see this layer, it is showing currently 0. So I'm clicking on this layer, right? You can see layers, nothing is there. So we need to go and just add a layer. So we can add the layer in different way. AWS layer like that, you can see it is showing our layers, or you can see a custom layer because you have created custom layer panda dependency, or you can directly go and specify the ARN directly, ARN for that one. So we can do in the same way other thing also. So we can select anyone. You can create a custom layer directly, or you can specify the ARN, right? ARN for that, I will show you ARN, right? Let me open one more instance for Lambda, and where I will show you the layers, right? Layers. You can see this is the ARN for the Lambda, right? This is the layers, and we can copy this layer directly here. Specify the ARN. We can paste like this. Sorry, maybe I have not copied. Okay, so directly we can put this ARN, or we can go select from the custom ARN directly. We can go here, Panda dependency, we can select the versions for, right? So either way, both are same, right? So I'm selecting here, or you can specify directly ARN name here, right? Copy from that place, that ARN for this layer. Now you can see here in the document, just we have select that. I have mentioned both method here, right? Now I am adding it. When I will add it, you can see here. It will show the layer number 1 here, and you click on the layer, it will show here, right? 4 layer, which is Panda dependency, right? So we have configured those things, right? Now we have done. Now next one, test again the existing function. So we are not, we are just adding one print statement and creating the versions number, right? PD dot version, right? So let me do it, or we can run the same function again, test it. So let me test it again, same thing. You can see where we are getting that error or not. Test it, and we can see executing. And you can see here, we are not getting error here this time because we are not changing anything in the lambda function, right? And you are getting the response from lambda, right? See. And suppose if you want to print something here, so let me print the version, pd dot version. What is this? I am deploying it. This is deployed, and now we need to test it again. You can see here. You can see it is showing version 1.15 over there, right? So what we did, we have added that layer to add layer to the lambda function. Now lambda function can understand what is the pandas.pd. Pandas, right? This pandas library can understand and giving the output for this PD version directly. So we can use the layers with the reusable code, and we can assign that to multiple lambda functions, right? So that thing we have done here. You can see, you can check the logs in the CloudWatch also, and I think this is a test again for this system. Now delete the resources. Let me correct one error here. In agenda, I think this is the not required, right? Okay. So now we need to go and delete the resources again, right? Or you can for same function we can create it. So what I will do, I will create one more function. I will show you. I will use the same layers over there, right? Because layers is created. So let's do it again. We will create one more function over here, and I will say test again, right? Pandas 3.6 we used, right? And I'm creating test again function 2. Let me do it. Function 2, right? And you can see use the existing role, right? And here you can select this role and create a function. So I'm creating this different new function, and here we will add that same layer. Layer is created already, so we will go and directly add the layer. Layer is not there. You can see I'm adding the layer here, right? Add layer. And same is by using as a specify edge ARN, we will use like that, right? So I am copying this here directly instead of a custom layer, and I've added here. You can see here this layer is counting each one, and it is added here, right? Now layer is added. Now we will go to the lambda function code here, and here we will just add the things, import one. So we will import panda as PD. I'm adding here directly, and I'm using the print command, right? Directly PD dot version after that sentence. Nothing else. We have just go and deploy it. Now we are going to test it, right? This is second function. I'm using the same layer over here, right? So just going for the test. This is test2, right? And we are creating this function, right? And now we got this test2 here. Now we can go directly and test it. You can executing this result, right? You can see we are getting this version 1.15 and getting the response over there. So same layer we have associated with second lambda function also. So same way we can create a multiple layers and we can attach multiple layers and multiple lambda functions, right? So this facility is provided by the lambda. So it is a very good thing for the usability point of view. So we have done this thing demo, and now next one, what we need to do here, we need to go and delete the resources for that, right? Now delete the lambda functions which were we created, right? Now delete the lambda layers. Now delete the EC2 instance, right? So let's go and do it. So first we can go and delete the EC2 instance because not required, right? Terminate instance. Now we need to go to the delete the lambda functions. This is two functions we created, right? So we are going and deleting these functions. Delete this function, and here you can select and delete this function, right? So this function is deleted here, right? Now go to delete the layers. We have a layer here. Sorry, we have layer here. So let me select it, and delete option is here, right? We go and delete this layer. Now we've deleted this layer, right? Now next one, delete Amazon CloudWatch log. And S3 bucket we need to go to delete, right? So just delete this package, right? First. It is clean now. We need to go to delete this bucket also. This bucket is deleted, right? Now we go to the CloudWatch. Okay, I have not shown you CloudWatch so far, so I will show you first the log file, then we will delete it. You can see this is for function 2, this is for the package deployment, right? So you can see for package deployment, we have multiple logs because we have run multiple times. So last time when we run it, you can see here, it is working. You can see it is showing the version and running successfully, right? And when we run the first time, we got the error. I will show you. Second time, I got the error, right? You can see unable to input lambda function, right? Pandas. And second one, log group, you can see the second function also. We have run, I think, one time only. So we have one log is generated here. You can see here, first time it is working fine and we got the version, right? So let me delete this both logs. So this is deleted, right? Now we have deleted the CloudWatch, delete the IAM roles, right? So last go to the roles and we created two roles here, right? I'm going to delete it. Okay, everything is deleted. Now we have cleaned the resources over here, right? Everything we have deleted here. Now in the next video, it's a simple one. We will just show you how to call lambda function from other lambda function. Just calling for, we can use this demo in any project for if you require to call the another function, right? So we have done from this POC. Now we will meet in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Bye for now. Thanks for joining.